Hi, my name is Randy, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to replace the door strike on a Samsung dryer. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the two different types of door strikes that you're generally going to see on the majority of Samsung's machines. And those are going to be these right here. Now, this first one that we're going to take a look at is usually going to go with this kind of dryer. And the second one that we're going to take a look at is going to go on this style of dryer. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that that is a hard and fast rule. There might be some machines out there that don't follow those guidelines, but that doesn't really matter too much because in this video, I'm going to run you through how to replace both kinds. So regardless of whichever one you have, you can get it fixed. Let's take a look. So we've got both styles of Samsung dryers here, and we're going to start with the one on the right. And this one is going to be the type of dryer that would match up with a front load washing machine. So let's go ahead and open up the door and take a look at the door strike. All right, we've got the door opened up, and this is going to be your door strike right here. Now, between the two different styles of Samsung dryers that we're going to be taking a look at, this door strike is going to be the easiest to replace. So if yours is broken, all that it requires to move it is going to be a Phillips bit. And you can use a screwdriver or a drill, either way, it doesn't matter. And we're just going to take out these two screws right here. And as you can see right here, as soon as I take out this screw, the door strike just comes right off. You can find one of these on Amazon. They're not very expensive. I'll put a link for it in the description. And once you get your new one in, you're going to put this back on here the same way that we took it off. And if you look at this, one side is completely flat and the other side has this piece of metal that's sticking out. You just want to make sure that the side that has the metal sticking out goes right here, because this is going to sit right inside of there. And then you can screw it back in. All right, so here we are. We're going to take a look at the other style of Samsung dryer, which is going to be the kind that would go with the traditional top load washer. It is designed a little bit differently. So replacing the door strike on these is going to be different than the other one. It's a little bit more involved, but it's not super complicated. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. And so here is the door strike for this style of dryer. It's located in the same place, but as you can see, it doesn't sit on the outside of this frame. It's actually behind here. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can get a better look at what we need to do. So to gain access to this, to replace it, it's going to require removing this panel right here. And we're just going to take off all the screws that go all the way around. But before we do that, we're going to remove the door from the dryer, so it'll make the whole process a little bit easier. And so all we have to do to remove the door is unscrew these 4 screws right here that hold the hinges in place. You can start at the top or you can start at the bottom. It doesn't matter. You're going to take out all 4 screws, and you don't have to worry about holding the door up while you take them out, because on the other side of these hinge brackets, there are screws screwed into them that help keep the door in place. Now you just want to grab the door from the bottom, lift up, and then pull out. And these are those screws that I was talking about that are on the back side of the hinge brackets. So when we go to put this back on, those screws will fit right inside this hole and this hole. And then as we let go of it, it will slide down and lock into place. So we've got our door face down now. And all we have to do is remove all the screws. There's going to be clusters of 3 right here in the corners, and then up here in the corners as well. So that's a total of 12 screws. And then there's going to be 2 screws right here that hold the door strike in place. Total of 14 screws. Go ahead and remove all of them. Once you got all the screws out, you're going to take a flathead screwdriver, and you're just going to run this right underneath this panel right here, in between the panel that we're looking at and the one that's on the back. And you can do it on any side. And you just get it up under there and work it around. And it'll start to pop up, and then you can take it completely off and set it off to the side. And now that gives us full access to be able to remove the door strike. You just want to grab it and kind of pull it out of there. And on this kind, these are just made of plastic. They can break very easily. So again, these are available on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for it. And once you get a new one, just slide it in and make sure the holes line up. Take your panel, place it back on there, and everything should just line back up. And you can press down on it a little bit just to make sure that everything is back where it's supposed to be. And then we will go ahead and screw all the screws back in. Now we just put our door back on and we are good to go. Once they're in, just let it slide down and you can screw it back in. All right, we've covered how to replace that door strike on both styles of Samsung dryers. Again, if you do find yourself in need of that part, I will link both of them in the description. Both of those are links to Amazon. Thank you guys so much. Take care. We'll catch you next time.